Are you the bottleneck in your business? Hey, this is Michele Sism, and I want to welcome you to Entrepreneurs Take Action. And I have been having this conversation a lot lately with my clients. They are feeling the pain because their businesses are growing, and they feel like they are the bottleneck, the stop in the flow of their business, the reason that not enough is getting done. And so I really wanted to have that conversation with you. I want to talk to you about a couple of things that you can do. We're going to cover 5 different pieces of what you can do to eliminate the bottleneck in your business and get more done, have happier clients, have a flow that works, get more sleep at night, whatever that looks like for you. The first thing is to really get clear that if you are responsible for doing everything in your business, obviously you're going to continue to be the bottleneck. You have got to bring on some assistance. That could be in the form of a virtual assistant. For the majority of you, that's what I would have you do. For some of you, it might be an in-home or in-person assistant. But you start someone out with, say, 5 hours a month, a very simple 5 hours a month. What can they do for you? They could put together your newsletter and make sure it goes out every week. Maybe that is their one job to do every single week. They could do client care. They could check emails and respond to emails. So many different things that you could assign to someone to do. What I've found, and for me and for my clients, is once I hired that first person back 5 years ago and realized that there were things I could let go and have them do, then the list just began to grow. And so, what kind of things could you have people do? You could have them writing for you. You could have them checking your email. I don't know if I said that already. They could be, there's just tons of things that could be doing your bookkeeping, right? They could be getting together your scheduling and getting together your speaking engagements. And there's just so many things that your team can do for you. Start with the small 5 hours and then grow. If you've been at it for a while, I want to encourage you to look at what are you still doing that someone else should be doing so that you stay focused on the IPAs, income producing activities. The second thing is to learn to delegate. And I say that with a big smile because I want you to know that that was definitely something I had to work on. And as someone who has had employees, I've had employees since I was in my early 20s. And it's really been the battle. And that is, I give it to someone. If they don't do it as fast as I expected, I take it back. If they don't do it the way I expected the first time, I take it back. That whole conversation of it's just easier for me to do it instead of taking the time to train someone to do it. I want to tell you that I've spent the last about 18 months really focused on getting good at the delegation and not going and taking it back. So that's the second thing I want you to look at. The third thing is to teach your team to think like you so that they think through processes. In my Decisive Minds, we call it Michele brain. And so we want the team to think with Michele brain. How would Michele think about this? What would she do when it comes to this particular thing? And so I've done that, and I do that by explaining why I do things the way I do them. And I've taken that extra time over these last 18 months, and it's become the running joke, but it is really the way it works. They do think in Michele brain. So look at your team and how you can help them to understand why you want things a certain way and why you think through things a certain way. The fourth thing is to take the time to create SOPs, standard operating procedures, and that can simply be a Google document that says, this is how we do this. This is how we respond to emails. This is how we bring on a new client, okay? Do yourself a huge favor and do that along the way. It does not have to be perfect. It just needs to be written down somewhere so that when your team members transition, you don't go back to being the bottleneck again. If you keep taking it back, you're still the bottleneck, okay? And then fifth, absolutely, this is extremely important, although it's the last one I have on the list, and that is to recognize when you're the bottleneck. I will tell you that my team has gotten really good at pointing out when I'm the bottleneck, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I want to know. I don't want them waiting on me. I want them to have the ability to do their job. And so for you, I want you to be able to recognize when you are the bottleneck. So if you want to, you can go to decisiveminds.com/bottleneck And you're going to see there that we have a checklist for you, and hoping to help you stay very clear. I want you to be focused on the change here and you no longer being the bottleneck. All right, this is Michele Sissom saying be decisive. And for more on this topic and other great topics, be sure that you are subscribed to Entrepreneurs Take Action. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.